Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Golden State Warriors beat the Pelicans 147-140 last night behind 41 points from Steph Curry. He had 9 made threes in the game. Anthony Davis had a monster game as well. 30 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks. He wasn't the only star with a huge outing last night. James Harden had 58 points, but the Rockets couldn't hold on to a 7-point lead in overtime with a minute and a half left, and the Nets roared back for a 145-142 victory. A key note from that one, the Rockets attempted an NBA record 70 three-pointers. There were 106 total attempted in the game, also an NBA record.
Ew.
The Kings are back in action tonight. Early tip-off in Charlotte to kick off a 6-game road trip. So our coverage here on Sports 1140 begins at 2:30 with game night. Kings Live is at 3:30. Tip-off is at 4 o'clock. It's 7:01. Time now for the International Sportsman's Expo, Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo. Get tickets at sportsexpos.com. Those are your top stories. Hey, first hour's in the books. Let's go to the second hour now.
Wow.
It's The Drive.
Yep.
Sports 1140. KSGK.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning, morning, morning.
You're gonna talk.
Get on the phone at 339-1140.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
Sam Amick will join us at 8:05. We'll find out what kind of troublemaking he's doing. He's a rabble-rouser, that Sam Amick of The Athletic.
I really want, just without letting him know what's going on, just being like, Sam, where did you pick up your penchant for yellow journalism?
Four down territory at 7:15, and our question of the day, DeMarcus Cousins said the Golden State Warriors are the most hated team in sports. Is that true? And who are your top 4? From the 209, we got a lot of responses. Celtics, because I was a Pistons fan before moving here. Dodgers, Ohio State, and the Oakland Athletics. Wow. I'll accept college football teams. You know what? That's a great point. Then I'm going to go Lakers, Dodgers, Cowboys, Florida Gators. Pretty simple.
Florida over Miami?
Yeah, just it's really a coin flip, and for a long time it was Miami, but Florida's just kind of pissed me off more.
That's fair.
Recently.
That's totally fair. I'm guessing it was Miami in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Kyle, it was. Kyle, you're going to be somewhere today? I'm very excited about this.
I am. I'm going to be at Metro. Sorry, that really threw me off. I'll be at Metro by T-Mobile out on Sunrise today from 3 to 7.
Okay.
We're going to have Megalodon out there, the monster truck.
4-hour remote for you?
Yeah.
Wow. That's double the normal appearance. Usually it's 2 hours.
It says 3 to 7, so that's where I'm going to be there.
Hey, turn off your mic. How much are they paying you? Tell me in my ear. Seriously, tell me what they're paying you for these 4 hours. Okay, that's fair. 4 hour. This isn't your first, is it?
No.
Boy, very happy about that. So Metro by T-Mobile, and you'll be there 3 to 7. And you said Megalodon, the monster truck's going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be out there. We're going to be giving away a 4-pack of tickets to Monster Jam.
Okay, wow.
One Center.
Go by and say hi to Kyle. Will you be?
Come hang out.
Will you be posing for pictures? Kind of Kyle, you got to at these appearances. That's why people go. They go for that, Kyle.
First picture's free. Yeah, no, I'll take. If you want a picture with my ugly mug, I suppose.
What about signing stuff? Will you sign stuff? Will that mess with your eligibility? Do you want me to help you out? You want me? I'm going to give you.
Yeah. If somebody's actually like, is that the board op from The Drive?
This is a board op. Come on, you're like the co-op, like half co-host, half board op.
Sure.
Want me to give you a real good veteran line to give people?
Please.
So when people ask you for a picture, it's always, you don't really know what to say, right? It's a little humbling. You want to know why they want, like it's a little off-putting.
Yeah, it's just odd to me.
So let me give you,
because I know I'm lame.
Let me give you a great line that cuts the ice,
Please.
Makes it easy. Ask me if I'll take a picture with you.
Hey, Dave, huge fan. Can we get a picture?
Yeah, can I get a picture with you? That'd be awesome. Just throw it back at him. And then take
that's
a picture.
great.
Yeah.
A little condescending.
Like, hey, yeah, if I can get a picture with you, heck yeah, that's awesome. But you have to like sound excited, like, of course, I'd love to take a picture with you.
Okay.
And then it dissolves the tension. It's humble.
I'm afraid people won't recognize me, so I'm gonna take a bag of avocados.
Maybe some student loan.
Yeah, and my cat.
I want to tell you a quick story, Kyle, before we get into the King Charlotte tonight. I found this out about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was a freshman at Michigan. He was 18 years old. And you know Tom Brady's story, running around in his underwear, the combine, and
right.
Blah, blah, blah. Tom Brady was sitting in a history class sometime in a September afternoon. It was right at the beginning of his first year at the University of Michigan. And according to reports, Tom Brady was sitting in some history class, some GA class he had to take, whatever. At some point during that class, whether he was taking notes, staring out the window, maybe even probably not raising his hand and responding to a question, at some point during that class, Patrick Mahomes was born. And they'll face each other this weekend in the AFC Championship. When Tom Brady was a freshman in Michigan,
that is outrageous.
Patrick Mahomes was born in September of Tom Brady's 18th year on earth.
That is outrageous.
Tom Brady is 41 years old. Patrick Mahomes is 23. Yeah. I believe it will be the largest age disparity of any two quarterbacks facing off in the playoffs. I know that Brady and Phillip Rivers, they were the oldest combined age quarterbacks to ever face each other in the playoffs. And that, of course, that record will be smashed if, in fact, the Saints and Patriots play in the Super Bowl.
I don't want that matchup solely because I'm already tired of that storyline. I'm already tired of thinking about how much we're going to hear that storyline.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy, though? That Tom Brady was at Michigan.
Yeah. Not like Tom Brady was 7 or 8.
He was at Michigan in college. Colleging.
Outrageous, dude.
From the 209, what's the guy's name? The young man, I forget his name, Dinwiddie for the Nets.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie goes against, he's one of the exceptions that goes against you have to have a cool name.
Dinwiddie's a really cool name.
It's Spencer Dinwiddie sounds like he's a G League star for the Frisco, Texas Knight Riders.
Well, he was a G League star for the Bulls.
Right, and somehow he got past. He made a deal with somebody. He got past it. Dinwiddie is not a legendary name. It is not Montana or Unitas. It's not Jordan or James. It's not Bryant. It is not Trout. It is not Ruth. It is not even Gehrig. It's Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie does not inspire confidence. Dinwiddie isn't leading you to anything.
I watch a lot of Great British Baking Show, and Spencer Dinwiddie sounds like...
He just really wanted to roll past that. Like, he just wanted it on a sports show in a mid-major market. You just wanted to, I watch a lot of British Baking Show.
Yeah, it's phenomenal television. I'm not... It's the perfect TV show.
I will say I've seen quite a bit of it because of my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm not even doing that thing where, I blame my wife. But,
right.
yeah. Anyways, you've seen it. Yeah, so British Baking
Fantastic.
Show. Yeah.
And Spencer Dinwiddie sounds like a winner on the Great British
Kind of does. It kind of does, actually. From the 209, Kyle, will your cat be making an appearance at your remote? And if so, will it be signing autographs? I can answer that. Number one, no, it won't. Number two, if it was there, you would go to Kyle's cat and ask it for its autograph, and it would
show you its butthole.
It would turn around and show you its butthole. Maybe it would scratch you first because it's a cat.
No, if I tried to take my cat out in public, it would very much run away.
Yeah.
It would be terrified.
Why not? How would it run away if it's on its leash? Oh, that's right. Cats don't do leashes.
How did you know that my cat had a leash? It's got a little harness. Take it on walks.
King Charlotte tonight. Kings in Charlotte. Remember, kids, it's a 4 p.m. pregame. Coming up at 7:35, in addition to Matt George's response to the Halleluka song, I also have some Marvin Bagley numbers for you as well that were researched and handed to me yesterday. I thought were quite interesting. 4 p.m. start. Just a little update on where your Sacramento Kings are, because it has been a couple days since they played. Kings currently are sitting a full game out of the 8th spot due to being idle. Hey, Kyle, the Utah Jazz are 8-2 in their last 10 have won 5 in a row.
That's fine.
Who thought that? Who saw that coming?
They're just hot right now. They'll cool off.
True or false, Kyle? The Utah Jazz will be a top 4 seed in the NBA's Western Conference.
False.
Really? Think so?
They're not going to make the playoffs. Do you know why?
Why?
Kings.
Beats. Bears. Battlestar Galactica. I think they're going to be a top 4 seed when it's all said and done.
Think your face is a top 4 seed.
Can't really come back from that one.
Remember when you believed in the Houston Texans? I do. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah. And
How did that work out for you?
They made the playoffs and
and then scored 7 points.
Okay, but I'm not saying they'll make the Utah. I'm talking about making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They had the worst schedule by far in the whole NBA.
No, I'm not saying that it's a death knell that a team, you believing in a team, but I'm saying it's close.
Wow. Sorry that I believe in a team that is in the same city as our corporate headquarters, Kyle. Sorry about that. Sorry that I am.
Oh, it's a business play. I see. There's a bunch of people in our corporate headquarters right now. Like, he just hasn't watched Rudy play defense lately. He's been better on the perimeter.
I like that it's finally starting to truly come out, and we talked about this.
Donovan Mitchell's coming around.
Did we talk about this? Was it last year or just the beginning of this year? But I like how it's starting to come out that Joe Ingles is the biggest crap talker.
Oh, he's amazing.
We've been on that bandwagon for months.
Yeah.
It was last year because we talked about how he and Bogey were in each other's ears the whole time. And I remember going, oh, my God, that's weird. I didn't expect that out of Joe Ingles.
I remember you sat very close to the court during the preseason game. And Joe Ingles is like, it's going to be a long night
for you guys. And he was running his mouth the whole, like when I saw him blow the kiss to that Detroit Pistons fan, I was like, yeah, seen that before. That's just who he is, the biggest crap talker in the NBA.
There is like a handful of guys that I'm like, I would wear that jersey. Like if I got a chance to purchase that person's jersey, I would wear it. I'd wear a Joe Ingles jersey. I'd also, oddly enough, wear a Spencer Dinwiddie jersey.
I wouldn't wear them because there are current NBA players that don't play for the Kings. But
that's fair.
But if I was going to make a list of jerseys I would wear of those people that, current players that don't play for the Kings, Joe Ingles might be at the top. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Like I love Joe Ingles. How great would Joe Ingles be on this team right now? I'm sorry. I want to train buddy with chemistry.
Stop. There was 2 people on the internet last night.
It was like 5.
Okay.
Well, would you trade? I don't want to blow any, but would you trade XYZ third stringer for Otto Porter? No, let's keep it where it is. Because it's like, bro, you realize like we're still literally a below average team, right? Like
they're not below average.
They're on the bottom. Okay. The Kings are like average. They're in the dead middle of the pack. What?
I said thank you.
Okay, we'll take a break.
It's time to plan your football playoff party treats.
Chemistry.
Start at your local Sprouts Farmers Market and Sprouts.com.
When we come back, 4 Down Territory. Such an ass. 4 Down Territory is next right here on Sports 1140 KHTK. Four Down Territory. Brought to you by Firewings.
Bio.
What are you doing?
Firewing.
21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com, just wing it. Ha ha. Beats you.
Just wing it.
Sam Ament coming up top of the hour. Matt George is going to debut his response to Halleluka.
Can't wait.
Do me a favor during the break. Will you get the Halleluka ready? By the way,
I sure will.
I want to compare and contrast.
The other thing I'm going to do at the break is I'm going to give away some tickets.
Oh, yes.
So after this segment, when we go to break, and I'll remind people again at the end of the segment, but we're giving away tickets to see the toughest sport on dirt, professional bull riding at the Golden One Center on January 26th. By winning, you also qualify to be in the Shark Tank with Carmichael Dave, I believe, during part of the show.
Nope, I'll be gone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're leaving.
You know who might
That's right.
be in that Shark Tank?
Oh, snap.
You know who might be in that
Who?
Shark Tank with a listener?
Who?
You. Oh, yeah.
This has not been discussed with me.
Well.
I'm going to be actually at the NHL All-Star game that day. So
Is it well, hold on. It's a whole weekend thing. You don't know. It might be a Friday night or a Saturday night that we're doing that, or does it say specifically what night?
It says January 26th.
That's the tickets, right? Okay. And you'll be gone?
Yeah.
January 26th is the All-Star game?
Yes.
All right.
You also qualify to be in the Shark Tank during part of the show. The Shark Tank's a little cage that's like ringside.
Mark Cuban's in there. You pitch him ideas.
Right.
Right.
Get your tickets and more info at KHTK.com. When we go to break, first caller after we go to break.
Lazy. Okay.
339-1140, 100-920-1140 is the number.
First down, Kyle. Nice run.
The Patriots have shirts saying, quote, bet against us. Can they actually pull off the underdog role?
There is only one place where that question matters, and that is in the Patriots locker room, and that's why it's so genius. It really is. Now, the people's eyes are rolling out the back of their heads that the Patriots are putting shirts out that say, bet against us. Like, we're the underdog. Okay, yeah, just see if you... But it's exactly what they should do.
It's like Thanos rolling into Wakanda like, bet against me.
Right.
Okay, guy.
No, they're not underdogs. They're the Patriots. They're like, I don't know if you ever saw the Highlander movies, but they don't die unless you chop the head off. Like that's who they are. They are the Highlanders of the NFL. However, they're 3-point underdogs. So technically, they are underdogs.
Very technically.
And I could be wrong here, Kyle, but I'm pretty sure they'd be underdogs. I'm pretty sure they'd be underdogs at any of the remaining playoff teams. In fact, I would be fairly positive about that.
I think they are, quote-unquote, the worst of the 4 playoff teams.
On paper and blah, blah, blah.
But it's really hard because in the micro sense of this season, yeah, absolutely, they're the underdogs. But I think when you zoom out and you just kind of look at the scope of what they've done for the last 2 decades, nobody. What I need to happen is I need to put some money on the Chiefs. And then if they win, I need to retweet Julian Edelman's tweet to be like, thanks for the advice. I need that to happen because that's a great tweet.
Yeah.
And that's what I live for.
And I get that you'd rather see the young guns, Goff and Mahomes. We talked about that yesterday, right? I mean,
give me all the points.
It's probably going to be a split. Like one of the old quarterbacks will get in, one of the young quarterbacks will get in.
And I wouldn't be mad. A Brady Breeze Super Bowl would be incredible.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick versus Sean Payton. I'm in. Like I'm in on all 4.
What's the matchup you don't want most?
I think man. I don't know. I legitimately,
Rams Patriots, a rematch, Super Bowl rematch.
See, I think that would be kind of cool. Like if it just kind of all came full circle like that.
Right.
Like if that's just
sure
how the Patriots kind of end things. Like if
that would be kind of cool, actually, wouldn't it? A little Rams Patriots Super Bowl sandwich for the dynasty.
Yeah.
Little did we know that's where it was starting.
Yeah, and if that winds up being the last one, I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if it will be their last one.
So what matchup do you want to see? You got to pick one the least you want to see.
I suppose it's Rams Patriots.
Yeah.
I guess.
So you'd rather see Saints Patriots over Rams Patriots?
Yeah.
And you'd rather see Chiefs Saints over Rams Patriots?
I think Chiefs Saints would be a lot of fun. Yeah, there are no bad matchups here, but either way, if you're looking at this season, I think the Patriots are kind of the quote-unquote underdog. They have the least talented team, I don't think.
Underdog Patriots.
I know, it sounds so stupid.
From an underdog city in Boston.
Yeah.
Boston never
Just
wins
that
anything.
Tortured sports city.
Second down.
Second down.
We're going to score on this play because there's only 2 downs.
Yeah, I only wrote 2 downs on purpose because we didn't get to this yesterday, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time on it.
We talked about the possibility of there being 97 combined years of age between Drew Brees and Tom Brady if they match up in the Super Bowl. So why is it that quarterbacks are staying better longer than any position in sports?
I mean, I think we can come to some conclusions on this, but some of it just Because it's not just Breeze and Brady. It's Phillip Rivers. There's Kirk Cousins. Well, how old is Kirk Cousins actually?
He's not that. I think he's like 30.
But you're seeing
Aaron Rodgers even.
Aaron Rodgers
just got a huge extension at like 34.
And you're not seeing much sign of these guys slowing down either. They're not slowing down. So they play half the game. The rule changes are making it more difficult to rough the quarterback, to hit the quarterback, to get to the quarterback. And I also think part of it is just natural because we talked about this the other day, Kyle. Yes, it's predominantly football that we're seeing that, but we're also looking at a guy like LeBron James in basketball and going, my God, he should have fallen off a couple years ago. And
right. LeBron is such an outlier in basketball.
He is, but it's the outliers that it hits first. Is it, not to get too deep, but is it simply the longer we go, the older life expectancy gets. The longer we go, the more the human race evolves. The longer we go, every Olympic record pretty much gets broken because we get faster, we get stronger,
right.
we get quicker.
Training gets better.
Isn't this just medicine, training? Isn't this just...
But at some point, we're going to reach the peak of that.
Are we?
Like Olympics-wise, yeah. At some point, we're going to reach a 100-meter dash that nobody can run faster
Are we?
than. Physically, yeah.
I don't know that that's true.
I think it is.
I don't know that we're not going to be sitting...
So if somebody rips off at this next Olympics a 5.2 second 100 meter.
Well, considering the record's somewhere in the 9 seconds. But
right.
yes, if somebody rips off a 5.2, but...
Like eventually we're going to reach this point that it's like, all right, that's it. Like we've reached the capacity that the human body can go, at least in this iteration of humans.
It's everything from apparel, the types of shoes, the clothing they wear, science in general.
I think a lot of it is rule changes. You simply can't hit the quarterback like you used to. I think part of it is offenses are getting faster and more horizontal. So defenders have to be smaller and faster. So even the hits on the quarterback do have less of an impact when they do get there. I think that passing games are shorter now, so the arm strength that starts to diminish isn't as required of quarterbacks, and you lessen the hits and the necessity for athleticism by getting the ball out quickly.
I think that all makes sense. Do you remember what...
And steroids.
And HGH, of course. Do you remember what the most celebrated world record-breaking was of all time?
It was the 5-minute mile.
4-minute mile.
4-minute mile.
Correct.
What did I? 4-minute mile.
4-minute mile. The 4-minute mile was broken by Roger Bannister of the United Kingdom in May of 1954.
Right.
The current world record right now is 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Now, according to Wikipedia, it was set January 25th, 2019. I think that's off because, I'm reading it right now.
It was so fast. We went backwards.
I don't know, Kyle, that we're not going to reach a point, depending on, I don't want to get into global warming and blah, but let's just say the Earth continues in perpetuity. For all we know, at some point, people are going to live to be 150.
Sure.
They're going to run 3-minute miles.
Advances of modern science. My high-level income, I don't see why I can't live to be 250, 300.
Yeah, Luke Durling of the United Kingdom apparently set the world record for the mile at 3 minutes and 42 seconds, beating the old record set in 99 by over a full second, and he did that in London on January 25th, 2019.
Okay, so let's say it's January 25th, 2018.
Sure.
Let's just go there.
That's 19 years.
So that's
almost
been
19 years.
So that's my point is in 1958 Bannister went under 4 minutes.
Yep.
And we're still, I know 18 seconds in track time is
Huge
an eternity.
Deal. It really is.
Is an eternity. But, that's 18 seconds, and we've advanced this much in 60 years.
Wow.
And we've shaved 18 seconds. Like, we're reaching, I think, pinnacles of human athleticism.
Yeah, that's a conversation for a later date because we have to break, but I just don't know if we're going to reach that pinnacle unless the human race dies. I feel like we just keep
we are
advancing.
On the fast track. So
that's a great point. Speaking of the human race dying, Matt George is going to debut his Halleluka response in this next segment. We'll play you the original, and then we'll play you Matt's version, and we will play a game of like or Spike.
And also, coming up after that at 8:05, Sam Amick.
Sam Amick will join us. We have some Marvin Bagley notes for you as well, and I believe we're about to give PBR tickets away at the break, correct?
We are going to do that. Sam Amick's also joining us on the Firewings hotline.
That is correct. 21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com. Just wing it.
Atta babe.
All right, more of all of that right after these words from Hoblet Ram on Sports 1140 KHT. What?
First caller right now
Well, I thought you said that.
gets a pair of tickets to see professional bull riding at the Golden One Center on January 26th.
This type of stuff won't stand when Damien's here.
I know it won't, because Damien will do the giveaways.
Sports 1140 KHTK.
Good morning. This is Kyle Madsen with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Golden State Warriors trailed the Pelicans by 16 points with 5 minutes left in the third quarter last night. And then Steph Curry went to town with 5 threes in the final 5 minutes of the period as part of a 23-point third quarter to help the Warriors take a 1-point lead into the fourth. They went on to win 147-140. Curry finished with 41 points. Anthony Davis had a monster game with 30 points, 18 boards, 7 assists, and 3 blocks. The Houston Rockets led by 12 with 2:30 left in regulation, but the Brooklyn Nets came back to force overtime. Then Houston led by 7 with 1:30 left in overtime, and again the Nets roared back to win 145-142 despite James Harden's 58 points. The teams combined for an NBA record 106 three-point attempts, including 70 by the Rockets. The Sacramento Kings are back in action tonight against the Hornets in Charlotte to kick off a 6-game road trip. It's an early tip-off, so coverage here on Sports 1140 is pushed up. Game night begins at 2:30. Kings Live is at 3:30, and then tip-off, with the G-Man is set for 4 o'clock. It's 7:38. Time now for the International Sportsman's Expo, Thursday through Sunday at Cal Expo. Get tickets at sportsexpos.com.
It's The Drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
From the Jiffy Lube text line at 441140. Question is, have you guys peaked on the radio? There's still time to evolve. That's a great point. Excellent point. Always time to evolve. Always time to get better, regardless of what you do. Matt George is going to join us in a few moments to debut his response to the Halleluka song about Luka Doncic. Matt has written, composed, and I'm assuming sung his rendition, although if he rapped it, that would be amazing. Yeah. This is going to be like hopping in the gym shower with one of your buddies. Like, it's necessary, I guess, at times, but you don't want to make eye contact in any way, shape, or form, I think. Because Matt's going to be sitting in here. Kyle, you and I are going to be looking at each other a lot because, on one hand, I really want to celebrate Matt's effort. On the other hand, I really want to drag this thing too, but I don't want to have any preconceived notions. Speaking of, we're going to have to get to this at some point, Kyle, in talking about the Kings. Otto Porter has popped back up as a topic of conversation amongst Kings fans. And I don't know, this is one of those times where I don't want to, you can really sound condescending if you're not too careful. And I don't want to be that way, but there's a guy on Twitter I actually really, I've talked to him a few times. You can tell the ones that are trolls and the ones that are good guys, good girls, whoever they are. It's at Sports Waves. I've dealt with this person many times before. I respect this person's opinion, but he took a screenshot. And he said one guy's getting paid $26 million, and he is who he is. The other guy is still getting better. He's making $2.8 million this season. Kings have no rhyme or reason to trade for Otto Porter. He would fill a need, but the gap in talent isn't worth that contract. And one screenshot is of Otto Porter's points, rebounds, and assists. And the other screenshot is of Justin Jackson's points, rebounds, and assists. So what we have to do is we have to somehow, and again, here's where the condescension comes in, and I don't mean it this way, but we have to somehow educate a section of our fan base that you're not trading for Otto's points, rebounds, and assists necessarily. That a guy like Otto Porter, and I'm not here to tell you it's the right move, and I'm not here to tell you that he's not making a ton of money. But I feel like there's 3 main forks going on when talking about improving this team, and I dealt with them all last night. Number one, people say, I'll trade Ben and Costa and our second-round picks, but I'm not getting rid of anybody else. The chemistry is too important. Number 2, I don't want to tie up all our cap space for free agency this summer. And number 3, in a case, again, like Otto Porter, dude, he scores 12 points a game. He's not good. He's $26 million. He's not good. Otto Porter's value is not points, rebounds, and assists. Otto Porter's value is his defense, his ability to guard multiple positions, his efficiency, and the fact that he can spread the floor, and he fills very specific needs for this team, very specific weaknesses this team has. Now, if you want to hold out hope that Justin Jackson might be that guy in a few years, I'm not here to tell you that couldn't happen. Otto Porter's there right now.
Also, Otto Porter is younger than Buddy Hield and Bogdan Bogdanovic.
That's also a popular misconception. Like Otto Porter's like 29 years old or something. What is he, 24, 25? His value is not, please don't look at points, rebounds, and they're important. But please don't look at that and go, he's a bench guy.
Well, and it's also very important to note that especially in Washington, and people, again, this is something people know, but I think it gets pushed aside, is Washington has 2 players in John Wall and Bradley Beal who are extremely ball dominant.
Correct.
Who are option A, B, C, and D on that team.
Correct.
Otto Porter, when given the opportunity with one of those players out, has been a very, very, very solid contributor.
So you got that angle, Kyle. The other angle of the 3 angles is I don't want to mess with our team chemistry. Don't trade anybody but Ben or Costa. That's like the most popular. Maybe Scal. And I understand this is a core part of being a fan, and I'm guilty of this too. You become loyal to your team. You become loyal to your players. You overvalue all your players. And you know, anytime you could put Iman Shumpert in a trade for Kevin Durant, and you would get some people saying, no, you got the circus that Durant brings, and Iman, you know, it's just, no, guys, that's not how it works. You get better. You grab the better players. Yes, you don't want to grab a head case. Yes, you do allow for chemistry, adding to value. But those of you who are a little bit older will remember how crazy this town went. And still to this day, there are some people who feel this way when we traded Jason Williams for Mike Bibby.
Right.
What are you doing? It's J. Will in 55 in the passing. We got better.
And this isn't an exclusive Kings fan thing. There was a take going around the Warriors fan base, or a portion of the Warriors fan base, when they signed Kevin Durant, that they would be worse because they were losing Harrison Barnes and Andrew Bogut.
Sure.
Like that was a thing that people were concerned about.
Well, they never did win those 70-something games again.
It's a great point.
But they've won a couple championships. The goal is to win a championship.
The chances that this Kings roster, if they just keep no roster moves, they just extend the players who are on the team and they don't trade and they don't draft anybody. The chances that this roster, as it's made up, is winning a championship are very small.
Very slim. Probably a playoff team more than not over the next decade.
Yeah.
I think that's okay to say.
But they're never going to be championship front runners.
I saw somebody, and this is where it really gets hard because I like these other guys, and I don't want to sound like I'm ripping them, but I've had more than one person say, Otto Porter's a more expensive Garrett Temple. No, he's not. He really isn't. Garrett Temple is, again, this sounds so disrespectful, and I don't mean it that way. I love Garrett to death. Garrett Temple is not as good as Otto Porter. Let's just put it that way. Otto Porter is a better, younger version of Garrett Temple, and it's not particularly that close.
I think the most interesting thing, getting away from just Otto Porter specifically, because you can argue numbers and stats.
Sure.
I watch very little Washington Wizards basketball.
Wow. Imagine that.
So getting away from just Otto Porter in general, I think the thing that stands out to me the most, and this is on the text line, it's people I speak to in person, it's people I've seen on the internet. There's this like aversion to moving on from certain players on this team.
You don't want to. Fans get too attached. And then there's chemistry and cool catchphrases and hashtags. Who cares? It's cool. Do you want to win a championship or not?
Yeah.
Or do you want to have super fun players that you can that you can wear a T-shirt.
I mean, Willie Cauley-Stein's a free agent this offseason.
Yes.
Who will probably get paid a lot elsewhere. Iman Shumpert's an unrestricted free agent this offseason who, with the season he's having, is going to become very valuable, I think, on the open market. And if you don't include those players in a trade, because where this all stemmed from was a Bleacher Report article that laid out a couple of trade scenarios for the Kings that put them firmly in playoff contention with their roster construction. And Willie Cauley-Stein and Iman Shumpert were at the center of this Otto Porter trade.
Right.
And the idea is, okay, yeah, you're paying a little more for Otto Porter for the next 2 years, but you're getting an asset back for two players who could easily walk this summer.
One of which,
in which case, you get zero back.
And almost certainly will both be gone.
Right.
And without Willie Cauley-Stein's cap hold, if you do trade him, you would have room to not only bring on Otto Porter, but you'd have a max slot available. Remember, the Kings are dead last in salary in the NBA this year. And it's not your money. It's not my money. It's their money. Screw it. Spend it.
And it's a soft cap
Correct.
in the NBA, too. If they want to go over a little bit, they can.
And then the whole, let's say, we're really going to mess up our chances in free agency. One day, a top-flight free agent is going to sign in Sacramento. It's going to happen. It's just the law of averages, but people seem to forget. Well, the last big free agent we signed was Vlade Divac. That was our last A-level, and I don't even think Vlade was A-level. Vlade was like B-plus level. The idea that, we look different now. Sure, there's a better chance, but 100%. You're also forgetting that they signed Vlade Divac in 98.
Mm-hmm.
You're forgetting about the team that had a championship run, and that was the darlings of the NBA. And technically, Brad Miller is signed as a free agent as a sign and trade. That's a technicality. It's not a true.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't happening. I'm a native Sacramentan. I can say this with my chest out. Players don't want to play here. You have to force them here, and then they want to stay here. But nobody wants to come to Sacramento.
Remember those tweets that surfaced from Harry Giles when he was a teenager?
Yes.
About Sacramento?
Yes.
I think that's the prevailing thought about Sacramento because people don't come here very often. Sacramento's great. I love Sacramento. There's a reason I moved back here. But NBA players don't want to come here. And the Kings could trade for a player like Otto Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Otto Porter because he's the name du jour.
Yes.
Or they could way overpay. You said they have a max slot available. They could way overpay like Kent Bazemore.
Right.
Or Marcus Morris in free agency.
Right.
To go, hey, look, we got a free agent. We got a max free agent.
Yeah.
Like, no,
well,
you got
job.
a player who's worse than Otto Porter.
Exactly. Matt. So how is it 7:50?
Because we went super long in our last segment.
Jeez.
Do you want me to go get him?
Yeah, would you? Matt's Twitter says
him.
He's coming on at 8:05. I feel bad. Matt George coming in to do his response to the Halleluka song in Denver. I don't know. If you have an opportunity to get Otto Porter and you're only giving up a guy like Willie and some pick assets and an expiring or whatever.
And when we say a player like Willie or a player like Shumpert, that means like guys who are free agents, guys who are these aren't guys who are signed to these awesome contracts and you're trading them away.
I don't know.
But hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
They are.
We respect everyone.
No, I don't. Where's Matt?
He's coming right now. He was showing me where the thing was.
Oh, he's wow. Okay, you're gonna need to isolate that. Really, that might be the greatest line ever uttered on this show. Joining us, Matt. I'm sorry, we got into this Otto Porter thing. I looked up and it was we're gonna if we have to go late, we'll go late. We're making sure we get this time in here. Matt George is an optimistic young Kings fan and also a journalist extraordinaire.
Says so on my jersey.
And you're wearing
not the journalist part.
You're wearing the baby blue. Why are you wearing your King's credential?
You ask me that every time I come in here. It's because I have my badge with the key to get in on the other side. Literally every time.
That's his excuse for just wearing his King's credential around.
We do this bit every time I come on the show.
Like he goes
Every
into a
time it's so
Starbucks,
funny.
right? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to flip. I meant to flip that around.
Literally the exact same bit.
See, I do that same. See, I do something similar. I don't wear a credential, but when Starbucks asks me my name, I say the drive's Kyle Madsen. Is how I do it.
Where are you driving?
Right? Imagine still having to identify yourself with credentials in this town. Okay. So, anyways,
Hey, we can't all save the Kings, Dave.
no, you can't. Thank you, Matt.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So what are we playing here? Give us a
So-
rundown.
A couple months ago, The Ringer did a music video titled Halleluka to celebrate the
Yes.
the coming of Luka Doncic to the NBA, and he has been phenomenal, no doubt about it. But the opening line, or one of the first lines in the song, is a veiled shot at the. Actually, it's not so veiled. It's a shot at the Kings, but a fun shot. It is the baffling Kings took Bagley over Luka.
Do we have this, Kyle? Well, Kyle is gesticulating wildly. All right, here we go. So here, you guys have all heard this, but here just so you have something to place in it.
Well, I heard there was a wonder boy that many teams would not employ, but you don't really care for Euros, do ya? So where would he go, the fourth, the fifth, or would he fall and be a Nick? The baffling Kings took Bagley over Luka.
All right, so that's the line you're talking about. That's the song, Halleluka, Halleluka, Halleluka.
So ever since I heard the song, which is phenomenal, by the way, I wanted to respond in some way, shape, or form, but I was waiting till the right time because it wouldn't be good to do a response when Luka was tearing it up, and if the Kings didn't have as good of a record or a better record than Dallas. But recently, with the Kings' 3-game win streak and their success and a couple days off before tonight's game in Charlotte, I thought, you know what, now is the time. So I wrote and recorded my response, and it's not nearly as good as that, but I'd like to pretend.
Maybe it's better.
I'd like to pretend that I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve in this.
So you wrote this and you produced it, and
I wrote it, I produced it, and then there's a music video going to be released following the drive on KHTK.com.
All right, so you're going to be releasing the both audio and video, or you'll just be tweeting the video version, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Liker Spike at 441140. This is now. Is your stage name still Matt George? Is that what we're using?
George Matthews.
George Matthews. And what is the title of the song?
It's called Kings Don't Need Luka.
Kings Don't Need Luka. Veiled message there. All right, here it is. George Matthews.
I like the subtlety.
Buckle up, maybe pull over.
We have purposely both opted, Kyle and myself. We have not heard a note of this.
Only one person other than myself has heard this.
So this is the
We get
debut.
it. You're married.
No, she didn't. She hasn't. She refused. She straight refused.
All right, here's Matt George with his song. Gotta turn it up, please.
I've heard it 1,000 times before. The Luka debate's such a bore. Don't let all of the media hype fool ya. Yes, he may be the wonder boy, but Bagley brings Sacktown joy. Oh, these 23-win Kings don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. No, the Kings do not need Luka. I've seen all of his highlight plays, a new one almost every game, but man, is the West just so cruel, yeah. While the Dallas playoffs are a dream, Kings are an up a 500 team with Fox, Healed, Marvin Bagley, but not Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. No, the Kings do not need Luka. Maybe I wanted him before, but that's not the case no more. The December win was just too cruel, yeah. this Western playoff race, the Kings will use their record pace and leave the Mavs behind. Oh, poor Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. No, the Kings do not need Luka. With Bagley and Giles on the floor, the Kings have a future front court that will dominate the league. Oh, it's true, yeah. With Fox doing what he do, please extend Vlade and Jaeger too, and the Kings will win a title without Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. Don't need Luka. No, the Kings do not need Luka. Maybe it's time to
How many verses are there?
It's such a long song.
and enjoy the show. Both teams are so happy with their dudes, yeah. It could be so much worse, you see. Imagine this poor Phoenix team who passed on both Bagley and Luka. They need Luka. They need Luka. They need Luka. Oh, the Suns, they just need. They need Luka. They need Luka. They need Luka. Oh, the Suns,
Ooh.
not the Kings. They need Luka.
Look at that. Look at the kid. Look at the kid, right?
Brava.
Man,
good.
that was long.
That's all the normal verses of the show.
Kyle, true or false? Question. We got a break here.
We like.
Would you rather, which
Right
would be more uncomfortable, listening to that song again,
Hey.
or all of us doing this show, like just sitting here, but we're naked?
The naked one.
Right? Like, it's right there. It's very close.
I don't think so.
No, it was fine. It was great.
That's good.
You're getting a lot of good. You're getting a lot. People were actually spiking this song before I even played it. Is what sucks.
Because they knew it was me.
All right, like or spike at 441140. Matt, you're going to release this.
The music video drops right at 9 o'clock.
Right at 9 o'clock.
On
Okay.
KHTK.com.
Okay, very good. Did you record that here?
The music video, no.
No, the song.
The song, yes.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Take a break. When we come back, we will drag Matt. We will have Sam Amicon at 8:05, and the list from the 209. Buddy is now 27. Because the song was so long. We'll come back with Sam and your guys' responses next. Well done, Matt. Sports
Screw you.
It's TK.
Tonight